everybody, and welcome to another Crofton Chamber podcast. We're so happy to have with us two representatives from the Autumn Lake Healthcare here in Crofton, as it is a brand new name for a facility that has been in our community for a long time. Autumn Lake Healthcare here at Crofton, formerly known as the Crofton Care and Rehab Center. So once again, my name is Adam Pohl. Joining us today, we have Mary Wheat, an administrator, and also Heather Nugent, the regional director of admissions. And before we get going with our conversation today, I want to say a big thank you to our main sponsor of today's chat and our podcast here throughout this year, Severn Bank. Severn Bank understands that we measure life by the significant moments like buying a home, securing your business, planning for your children's education, and your first savings account. Severn can help you navigate safely through life's changes to help you achieve your goals with personal service that only your community bank can offer. Severn stands with you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and credit is subject to approval. So with that being said, it's time to start our chat. And first of all, ladies, thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now, this is a new name, the Autumn Lake Healthcare here at Crofton. So what has that transition been like for you guys, Mary?
It's been very exciting. Crofton was privately owned. We opened in 1979, and we've had a great core group of people that have been here a long time. We've had numerous staff that have been here 20, 30 plus years. And we are excited to, take on the challenge of a new company, some great changes they're making to the facility. So we're very excited.
Heather, tell us a little bit about some of those changes, but I think it's very important with what Mary said is that there's still such a continuity in staff. You guys have a great reputation in the community, and sometimes with a new name, some people think it's going to be completely new as far as everybody that is providing the care, and trust is integral to your product. So tell us a little bit about, obviously it's so important that you guys are maintaining the staff, but some of those changes that you think will make things better.
Absolutely. We were very happy to have Crofton become part of the Autumn Lake family. They are our 22nd building now that we have in the state of Maryland, and they have been nothing but fantastic. All of the community rumors are true about the excellent staff and care. And so when Autumn Lake decided to, venture with them and join forces, a lot of what we were looking for is already placed here. So we really are just able to give more resources to help what they already have excel even more, to help them explore more ideas. We provide just more resources and more of a network of systems to try and get them whatever they might need, because they were already doing things perfectly here. So we're happy to help with whatever visions they have for the future for the building.
Heather, sticking with you for a second, for those that are watching this that might have never been into the facility before, might not know exactly what you guys provide as far as the multiple services, what are some of the things that you try to present to people that come in the front door to look at what Autumn Lake brings to the table?
Sure. I mean, when you walk in the door, you're greeted by an extremely friendly receptionist who's welcoming everyone, asking how they can help. And then there's just smiling staff everywhere all over this building. With or without a mask, you can tell if someone's happy or not by their eyes.
I can attest, by the way, that that's true.
Yeah, there's just smiley faces, smiley residents, happy families. I've never seen one person look upset since I have been in this facility. And so we really are a family-based company. We, really promote the family values and lead our company with care first. We want to make sure residents and our staff are properly taken care of. That is our primary goal above making money, which I would say is what makes Autumn Lake different, is the care comes first or else we're in the wrong business. And Crofton already has those values. So it was a very easy match to continue, our vision as well as theirs. And it was just an easy fit.
Mary, what are some of the services that you guys provide?
So we have long-term care. the facility is broken up into 4 units. We have 2 long-term care units and 2 rehab units. One of the newer additions to the facility is in April 2020, we opened a dialysis center,
Wow.
partnered with Advanced Dialysis to provide on-site dialysis services. So that's kind of our newest service.
I would assume with the dialysis center, unfortunately, that that is something that I know in the last 10, 20, 30 years has become more needed, has it not?
Definitely. There was definitely a need for dialysis in the area.
Mhm.
Many facilities do offer that. So we want to be able to provide that to our community.
Heather, what are some of the future plans? As far as are there any updates? Obviously, you're in a facility that you said it opened in 1979. So, what are some of the future plans? If you can let us know if there are any, as far as updates to the facility.
Well, we've only been in here for a month, so a lot of it is
Right.
trying to be receptive of hearing what the facility needs and how we can best
Mm-hmm.
give resources. This building was built, in the 70s, but it's a gorgeous building. There's so much outdoor space. It's very inviting with the brick pillars. It's not like it needs a major renovation to feel like a home-like environment. It already exudes that. So right now we're just in a very receptive area where we're just trying to find out what they need and what we can help with from there. So nothing's set in stone, but it's because we're figuring out what both of our visions can be together for the future. So it's exciting.
And Heather, for you, what is it like coming into this Crofton community? Because it really is a fantastic community. It is so many. It is really built for the family, and I know that fits and meets your purpose.
Absolutely. Being in charge of the admissions departments, we're very big on, we want you to get to know your residents and follow up that their stay is going well, or we can identify any needs that someone might have, or to be that resource for families for questions they might have, whether someone's staying long-term or short-term, to see, what rehab options. Visitation is a huge, big question mark, especially with the ever-changing times of COVID. So just to be a resource for families is the huge part, and Crofton already does that. So it was very easy. It wasn't like we have to start from ground zero and to kind of like the hopeful ideals of what we're hoping we'll get there. They were already there. So it was already nice to know that the admissions teams, they know every resident, they know every family member by name, they know the social dynamics, they know how to approach each situation in a helpful manner to support nursing and therapy and the administrative staff. So it's a team effort, and I couldn't be happier that we acquired this building.
That's wonderful. Well, you guys are gonna dig this here. Our second sponsor. You're gonna like this read. You've got to give Cheaper Than a Geek a call. Cheaper Than a Geek. They take the SH out of IT, and they've won more awards for their customer service than anyone in Maryland. So give them a call. I knew Mary and Heather were gonna like that. The number's 410-774-5180. Cheaper Than a Geek. 410-774-5180. So something you talked about, Heather, that I wanted to build on is, look, what has happened and what COVID has brought to the table has affected every business, all of our lives exponentially. But my goodness, I mean, in your field, Mary, I mean, it has been unlike any other. What has this last year and a half to 2 years been like?
Something we've never expected. I remember the department heads meeting, talking about, what our plan is once the first case of COVID hit the United States. And the thought was we'd, close down the doors to visitors, kind of reset and open back up in a month. And that didn't happen. It was scary. The staff, I know, were very scared. They had to do a lot of soul searching to decide if this was something that they could take on. There was a lot of fear of, putting their families at risk, and the staff rallied. They were by far the most amazing part of the pandemic. They would go home and strip in their garage and shower before they saw their family. They They put up with, having to wear the most uncomfortable PPE and the ever-changing guidance, and they've been absolutely amazing. It's been challenging from the beginning, making sure that we had enough PPE for the staff. And I mean, we had to get creative. There were a lot of trips to Lowe's and eBay shopping, but our staff were never without. We got creative with the use of the space.
Mhm.
So much storage of, chemicals, hand sanitizer, masks. We transformed the beauty shop into the mask room.
Yeah.
Dining room we were using for testing. It was just a different time. Families, that was extremely rough, but the families were extremely supportive also. They understood that what we were doing was for the safety of, their loved ones, for the staff, for really the community. And they found ways to still connect with their loved one, whether it was Zoom, visiting at the windows, various different things like that. We had the community come together, the churches, Cornerstone and Grace Baptist. They were providing meals to staff. People that had no connection to the facility at all. Kids were making happy rocks, painting the happy rocks. Anyone who knew how to sew were making the cute little cloth face masks. It was great. It was great. Christmas time, we had a angel tree.
Okay.
I adopted a parent angel tree with a little ornament with, a wish list for a resident. I mean, we couldn't keep that thing full. I mean, every ornament was picked and
Wow.
coming up with additional, gift ideas. But it's been challenging, but it's been amazing to see how everyone has come together.
Isn't that incredible? Because in effect, what COVID did is brought everybody apart, right? It made you not be able to continue your regular life. You couldn't just go to work. You had to be so cognizant of who you were around and the ability, if you had it, that you could spread it. And in a way, it's wild how it could bringing people apart, or separating people could bring us together. Heather, with that being said, this thing's not done yet. So what are the many things that you guys are doing to try to keep everything safe right now?
Sure. I mean, everyone has to check in, and even, visitors, vendors, whoever, check in, get temperature checked. We know where they're going. Masks are required. There are certain visitation schedules for here. Staff obviously is provided with the PPE that they need. I would say the biggest thing is with visitation, trying to keep an eye on that. A lot of families feel that with the vaccine, their hope was that they could be with their loved one all the time again in their room with their roommate. And so I would say what the news portrays versus what we're trying to instill for safety is hard for families to adjust, to understand. But in the end, it's just the matter of we're just trying to keep everyone safe. Things are nowhere near as bad as what they were a year ago, but we're doing our best to keep it that way. So I think that's the hard reality to swallow, is that everyone, wants everything to be completely open, but we're still a very high risk population, and we still want to keep our residents and staff very safe so we don't have to close the doors again. So it's just a lot of really keeping an eye on things, COVID testing staff and residents as needed, but offering vaccine clinics to those who would like to participate for staff and residents, but just really working together and keeping that line of communication open with the newest state guidelines and what's also happening internally in the facility.
Well, Mary and Heather, thank you so much, for taking the time to be with us here today. We want to say it again. The Crofton Care and Rehab Center is now Autumn Lake Healthcare at Crofton. We got to spread the word, don't we?
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely.
Congratulations with everything. And we hope to talk again soon. So once again, that is Mary Wheat, an administrator, and Heather Nugent, the regional director of admissions at the Autumn Lake Healthcare and at Crofton. My name is Adam Pohl. It's so great to be with you. Big thank you to our sponsors, Severn Bank and Cheaper Than a Geek. And we'll be talking again here soon. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.